Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be reacting to the reports that the Washington football team is very interested in Florida quarterback Kyle Trask and the possibility of them drafting him on day 2, and also going to be reacting to the report that the Washington football team could draft into the top 10 and them being interested in quarterback Trey Lance. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so first let's start off with the Kyle Trask rumors. So John Keim, one of the most reliable Washington football team reporters, he's been reporting it for a while that he thinks the Washington football team is very intrigued by Kyle Trask, especially on day 2. I'm not sure if it would be in the second round. I definitely wouldn't like drafting him in the second, but I think if he was there in the third, they probably would take him. And of course, that's if they don't make a move on day 1 or a move in the second round if they like someone else more than him. But it's been hinted for a while that they like Kyle Trask from a couple different sources. So we'll see. Kyle Trask, and after we talk about Kyle Trask, we'll talk about them possibly trading up. But I personally don't really like Kyle Trask. I don't absolutely hate him. He's about 6'5", 240 pounds. Played this past year at Florida and really had an amazing year. 43 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. 4,000, almost 4,300 passing yards. He was a starter and he played really well this year. Did have some amazing weapons though: Kadarius Toney, Kyle Pitts, and some others. So he was working with great talent, but he still was able to produce. He's really accurate, but he has average arm strength, which you don't really want as an NFL quarterback. Doesn't have great arm strength, and that really limits his potential. Also, not very mobile in the pocket, or not very mobile in general. I think he ran he ran over a 5.0 40-yard dash. So, not very athletic, but he's got a good frame. And the main reason why I'm not a huge Kyle Trask fan is just that he doesn't have, that high potential that some of these other day 2 options have. He has a higher floor, definitely. I think he has a higher floor than Kellen Mond. I think he has a higher floor than Jamie Newman, than Davis Mills, Ian Book, some of these other options, but he definitely doesn't have the same ceiling as Kellen Mond or Davis Mills, in my opinion, at least, just because he doesn't have amazing arm strength, and he's not very athletic. He's not very mobile. You look at someone like Davis Mills, he just needs more experience, and you can develop that, but you really can't develop arm strength, especially at this point in his career. And you can't really go from running a 5.0 40-yard dash to be running a 4.4, 4.6 40-yard dash, which is, Davis Mills ran like a 4.5 40-yard dash. So I wouldn't hate it, because I have heard he's a pretty good leader, a good locker room guy. I mean, he was a backup in high school, and then, backup for for the start of his college career behind Felipe Franks. So he hasn't gotten a lot of experience. So there still is some upside in, terms of that, because we really have only seen him for 2 seasons, and not even that, because he came in for Felipe Franks when he was injured. So, still has a little bit of room to grow, but I'm not sure he can reach the same potential as someone like Davis Mills or Kellen Mond. Wouldn't be the end of the world though if we drafted him, because I think he can still develop into a starting quarterback in the NFL. The question is, how good of a starting quarterback can he become? So that's my opinion on him. So now let's get into trading up. So John Keim, again, we're reading his report. Someone asked him, would he, see the Washington football team possibly trading into the top 10? And John Keim, for a while now, was saying it's probably not very likely. And then he responded this time and he said, I think both trading into the top 10 for QB or trading up for a tackle are plausible scenarios. So very interesting right there. I would be very upset if we ended up trading into the top 10 and there's still, Justin Fields or Trey Lance on the board and we end up getting a tackle. But I think the chances of us trading up into the top 10 are increasing, these by the week, especially with some of these guys probably dropping down. And I think the Washington football team probably likes Justin Fields and Trey Lance more than they like Mac Jones. And if the 49ers take Mac Jones, that really helps the Washington football team because they would have rather had Trey Lance or Justin Fields. So, if they trade in, into the back half, let's say like 8 or 9 after pick 5, I would be okay. Maybe 7, 8, or 9 are the possible options. You can't trade, for 10, 11, or 12 because those are division rivals. And if you got someone like Justin Fields or Trey Lance, I definitely wouldn't be upset with it. Yes, you're going to be giving up a haul, but if they really believe that one of their guys are available, then I definitely wouldn't be upset if they went up and traded for him. If they're not absolutely convinced that Justin Fields or Trey Lance can be a franchise quarterback, then no, I do not want them to trade into the top 10. And then this is a while ago. I mean, this was about a week ago, but Michael Lombardi on his podcast, this is what he had to say. I think Washington is going to be the next team to unload all of their picks to try to get a QB. I think they love Lance. I know Washington loves Lance. I think they're willing to go get him. And, I think Trey Lance fits well with the Washington football team. Would have to probably sit a year, but the good thing about him is they kind of ran a pro-style offense at North Dakota State. Ran a lot under center. So he's used to the play action and a lot of things that they do in the NFL. So, but I still think, the limited amount of starts will, force him to probably have to sit a while if he comes here, and also with Atlanta because they do have Matt Ryan. But there probably are some situations where some teams will want him to start right away. But I think it probably is better if he comes here to sit behind Fitz for a year, at least half of the season until after whenever our bye week is. But again, it's a lot of rumors, guys, so not really sure. You don't want to believe everything you hear, but at least with the first rumor, Kime has been talking about this for months about Kyle Trask to the Washington football team. So there is some intrigue there if he's there probably in the third. I think the second is a little bit too early just because you can get a really good starting player in the second round. So if you're going up for a quarterback in the second, you got to be really, really confident that he can be a good starter in this league. And I think any of these guys, Kyle Trask, Davis Mills, Kellen Mond, if we draft them in the second, third, or fourth, they're not going to start their first year and probably going to be third string behind Taylor Heineke or Kyle Allen, whoever out of those guys makes the team. But I do think, honestly, I'm leaning towards the Washington football team probably taking a quarterback, whether that's on day 1 or day 2. I think it's going to happen. And I'm definitely open to it, whether it be on day 1 or day 2. If they can get these players for the right price, or if they really believe in a guy, I'm fine with them getting their guy as long as they don't trade up to 4. I think 4 is way too much. You're going up 15 spots. So that's just me right there. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What are your favorite day 2 options at the quarterback position? And also, would you be a fan to trade up into the top 10? And if so, who would you trade? And one thing I forgot to talk about was a tackle. If they trade up into the top 10 for tackle, could be Christian Darrisaw, could be Rashawn Slater. He might be a guard, but he also has tackle flexibility. Or even Penei Sewell, who if the Bengals don't take him at 5, he could be available in that 7, 8, 9 spot. So let me know what you guys think. Subscribe if you guys are new. Turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video. And peace.